Hey there and welcome to another G.I. Joe action figure review video. Today we are taking a look at the Amazon.com exclusive Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. Well, there, as you can see, there's the front of the box. We'll flip around to the left side, the art side. That's pretty cool art. I kind of dig it. And we'll go to the back of the box. There's the group shot that we're getting used to seeing. And the right side, what I am now called the ability side of the box. And as you can see, Storm Shadow is number 14 in the G.I. Joe Classified series, and, well, these are his abilities. Let's take a quick peek at them. The top one is Covert Ops. He is sent on secret missions. The second one is Bladed Weapons. Oh, I guess I didn't say what level. It's a level 3 Bladed Weapons. He uses silent weapons with razor-sharp edges like swords and knives. This one is level 3 Infiltration. He specializes in gaining access to secure enemy areas. And the last one, level 4 Ninjutsu. Well, this simply means he's a ninja, so I'm glad we know that. I'm glad it took this symbol right here to let us know that he's a ninja, just in case we weren't aware of that. All right, well, let's get him out of the box and let's take a look at the figure. And as always, I will state that the insert of the package, this Cobra logo, red background, the name, the abilities, and the number, always makes a great display piece. If you want to put the figure on a shelf and put this behind it, then everyone who comes over will know exactly who it is. All right, let's take a look at the biography that gijoe.com has to say about Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow is an elite Cobra Ninja operative and an exiled member of the Arashikage Ninja Clan, one of Japan's legendary families. He trained in their methods of infiltration and combat. Extremely skilled, blindingly fast, incredibly resilient, and devastatingly lethal. Elite level expert in a variety of martial arts and an array of ninja weaponry. Destined to be the leader of the Arashikage before fate took a turn and sent him on a different path and into the ranks of Cobra. Storm Shadow comes with 7 accessories. As you can see, they're all laid around here at his feet. Let's take a quick look at them before we look at the figure. He comes with a sword and a scabbard. The sword will slide right in there, just like that. This peg will attach to the quiver that's over here, and we'll get to that in just a moment. He comes with a pretty cool looking grappling hook and rope. String. He has an unpainted sickle, because all sickles are white. He comes with a single white arrow so that you can pose him and make him look like he's firing this white arrow, even though those arrows are gold. He has a bow that isn't white, that's actually gold and black, that's got a little bit of character to it. It's unstringed, there's no string, so you can't actually fire with it, but you can hold this really cool white arrow up against it and make it look like it might be ready to fling an arrow. And his last official accessory is this quiver, which is full of really cool looking gold arrows. It's got the Arashikage symbol there. It's got the hole right there. The hole is for this to attach right into there so he can carry both his sword and his arrows. Kind of wonder why the arrows don't match. Oh well. Alright, it's time to talk about the man, or the figure itself, Storm Shadow. Now, when this was first released, there were some people that were not very happy with this Storm Shadow. This is a kind of like an update to the version 3 Storm Shadow from 1992, the Ninja Force Storm Shadow. I liked that Storm Shadow a lot. I never owned version 2, so when I picked up version 3, it was different from version 1. Version 3 was my first G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. I really did like him. I wasn't really happy and keen on the whole ninja, spring action stuff because it kind of hindered the figure, but I liked the figure. I liked the look of it. So when I saw this advertised, or when I saw the Hasbro Pulse group talk about this, I was super excited. I was like, yes. Unfortunately, I was a little misled. I thought that also meant we were getting a G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. Instead, this is the G.I. Joe Storm Shadow outfit, still as a Cobra Storm Shadow, but that's all right. A lot of people want him to be Cobra, and that's fine. There is a kind of a problem with this guy. I don't know, have you noticed it yet? It seems like a lot of people have been experiencing a specific problem, and I'll have to, we'll have to look around and see if we can notice what that problem might be. Oh, is it the wiggly chest? The wiggly ab crunch here. Yeah, okay. This figure seems to, I haven't heard anybody talk about the fact that they've found a tight one. They all seem to be a bit loose, which is disappointing because, Hasbro's a company. They're a big company. They know how to do stuff, and this makes me think they don't know how to do some stuff as well. Well, let's take a peek at his articulation. Well, actually, one quick thing here is I'll note his hood. This is like an unofficial accessory. It came bundled on him. I guess you could call it an accessory. It does come off. You can pull it off. Actually, I'd like to say pretty easy, except for it was difficult right that moment. But I think he looks pretty good either with the hood or without the hood. I think it could go either way. If you're a customizer, decide to paint the hood white, then you could have a pretty cool looking Storm Shadow. I like this hood. When we were first shown the hood, I didn't think it looked so good. It was like popped up like that, so it kind of made him look really weird. But after you get the figure out, you can push the hood all the way down, and it looks so much better. I really do like this Storm Shadow. I think he does look really cool, very representative of the version 3 Storm Shadow that I like. But I'm biased, so hey. Alright, so again, articulation. The head rotates all the way around with or without the hood. You do need to be careful. The neck does have that double articulated, come on hood, we just had you off. There we go. Does have this double articulation here where there's like a joint in the chest and a joint at the neck. So his head moves around quite well. And sometimes if you're not careful, this neck can kind of get off a little bit. But it looks like it pops itself back. His arms rotate all the way around, but then again, so do his shoulder pads, apparently. Look at that. The shoulder pads are separate. They're not attached to the chest or the arms. They are separate. So as you rotate, you may have that problem. It's really cool, the idea, I guess. But you can also then, if you get the angle just right, lift his arms up about that high. I got to quit getting so close to the camera. He's got the bicep rotation right there, both sides, the double pin elbows, and the rotating wrist, and the hinge here at the wrist, if I can find it. It is a vertical, up and down. At least, yep, on both sides they are, up and down, up and down. And again, we've talked about this ab crunch thing. You can, make him do some really weird kind of poses if you hear the crack. But in the midst of that crack, in between each section, it's pretty loose. He can rotate his waist a little bit like so. There may be a fix. There may be a way you can get up there and fix that somehow. Not quite sure. He's got the rotatable thigh. Look at that. Double pin knees. Yes, he does. There is no calf rotation on this figure, but there is an ankle rotation and an ankle hinge. No toe hinge, but I don't think these figures, if I remember right, come with them. I haven't looked at a gijoe figure in just a little while. They do have that cool hip waist motion where you can lower the legs and raise the legs, and you can get into some even better poses that are really cool. With his waist piece on, you can still make him do the splits. You can still do it. There's a lot of articulation, a lot of range of motion there in this area. This is a softer plastic. You can see how pliable it is. Up here is where it gets a little bit tougher, stiffer, but there's still a lot of range of motion. If you don't like this, you could probably cut this off, paint him white, and you're probably gonna start getting a more traditional looking Storm Shadow. I really do like the figure. I think he's really pretty cool. I do like the figure. He's a lot of fun. He's really neat. I'm glad, I'm sorry there's a lot of you out there that aren't super pleased and happy with it, or the fact that this was our first Storm Shadow in Classified, but I'm really personally pretty pleased. Doesn't matter which Storm Shadow. I liked all three of them from the original line, so I would have been happy with any of them, but this makes me curious, what are we going to get? The only weirdness about this figure is they called this an Arctic Storm Shadow. I mean, this is not a snow gear. I don't know. Maybe it was just a good reason to avoid Ninja Force. Maybe it was a good reason. I don't know. But Arctic, this isn't even an Arctic figure. It wasn't an Arctic. I'm going to say it too many times. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. So let's see. Anything else to mention? I think that's it. I think we've covered it all. The only disappointing factor to me is this loose ab crunch. Especially for a $20 figure, I would think there'd be some quality stuff that would be checked into for all that. But anyway, I think that about covers it. Why is he sideways? Or why is he crooked? I think that about covers it for this figure. I really like him, and I hope you do too. I hope he grows on you. But anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, hit that like button. And if you want to be notified when more of these types of videos come out in the future, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and you will be notified. Again, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. See you in the next video. Ha, just kidding. I forgot to show you what he looked like all geared up with all of his stuff on. Decide to have him hold the bow and the arrow so you can kind of get a very slight, rough idea of what that might look like. It's kind of weird the way he's holding it there, but I guess it could work. He's got his backpack and his scabbard on, and yeah. So that's what he looks like all geared up. And again, I think he looks pretty cool. The only thing I couldn't hook on is his sickle, but I'm probably sure I could hook it on there somewhere. I just didn't do that. Anyway, again, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video.